Hi Libra, welcome to your July 2023 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome. This is still a relatively new channel. I launched it in April. I've mostly have been doing monthly energy readings. We'll see if that changes. I do have other responsibilities and time constraints, but if I can do more, I will as time allows. Today is June 29th as I'm recording this. We are well into Cancer season, so I hope, Libra, that Cancer season is treating you well. Some exciting news. My website has launched. It's now live and I'm taking new clients and doing personal readings. So if you're interested in that, I will link my website below somewhere. And I've got a few options. I have a couple of options for pre-recorded readings or a live one-on-one session, depending on what you're looking for and what your schedule is like. So if you're curious, please take a look. As I mentioned, this is going to be a July 2023 energy reading for the Libra Collective. So it is a general message, which means that the messages may resonate, they may not. If the messages resonate, please like and subscribe. If the messages do not resonate, this just may not be your reading. We do have a super full moon in Capricorn coming up on Monday, July 3rd. And I personally can't believe that we are almost done with June and we're done with the first half of the year. I don't know about y'all, but this year's really been flying and I've been doing my best just to keep up. We also have a lot of challenging, interesting astrological transits. I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow astrology to the best of my ability anyway. We've got Pluto in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, Neptune in retrograde, and then Venus is going into retrograde later in July, I think around July 22nd. So a lot of us are going through transitions, closing out cycles, reviewing old patterns and lessons we've learned in life, and definitely hope that you are taking care of yourself, Libra. So without further ado, I will get your reading started. I'm going to start with 5 cards for the overall energy for July. Then I'll pull some clarifying cards to go a little bit deeper, and then we will close it out with an oracle card. Now, something I always like to say and remind everyone of is that you are the authority in your own life. You know what's best. You know what's going on. Always trust yourself. I do hope that this energy reading will provide you some insights, a different perspective, some food for thought, perhaps some advice or inspiration and support on your journey. But also remember that energy is fluid and changing on a regular basis, and you have free will, Libra. And that means that if there are things that come out in the reading that you're not really happy with, understand you can change your perspective, you can change how you engage with other people and how you deal with situations in your life. Always remember that you have the power to change your reality by how you engage, how you respond, and how you react. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me with this July energy reading for the Libra Collective. What messages do you have for the Libra Collective for the month of July? Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Oop. All right, one more card, please. Something I recently did, you may or may not notice it depending on the cards that come out, is YouTube is getting really aggressive about controlling the content that creators provide, and true to the nature of the United States, everything and anything that might potentially be revealing a quote unquote naked body part, even if it's artwork, is being censored. So I know a few readers who've been struggling with this. A reader that I absolutely love and adore, and she's read for me a few times, is Jessica from High Priestess Healing Tarot. She mostly does readings for the Pisces Collective. That's where she's been called, but she had to paint over some of the images in her tarot cards for the images that are deemed inappropriate. So I went ahead and did that this week. So silly. You know, the human body is natural. There's nothing lewd or offensive about it. But living in a country where everything related to the human body is taboo and having open, free self-expression is considered evil, it's just, it continues to boggle my mind that in 2023, a card where a fictional person looks naked would be censored is like, wow, crazy. But whatever. Gonna do whatever it is I gotta do to get the messages out. I don't agree with it. I think it's absolutely ridiculous and a bit concerning. But anyways, I digress. Kimberly, let's not get on that track. But just depending on the cards that come out, there might be some, you know, painted on, Jessica calls them bikinis, fake bikini, which I love. Anyways, why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here? You gotta like laugh at the ridiculousness, considering everything else that is on YouTube, right? That a cartoon image of a naked person would be deemed offensive and be censored is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So I've got all of the cards out here. I may pull additional cards for additional insights depending on how I feel. So let's see. All right. So High Priestess in reverse is the first card out. So when the High Priestess is upright, this is all about being deeply connected to your intuition and to your spirit guides, and really understanding what's going on. But the High Priestess here is obviously in reverse, you know, and I think, again, kind of like what I mentioned at the top of this reading, we've got all of these planets in retrograde, including Neptune. So, you know, there's a lot of things going on outside of ourselves and energetically and astrologically, and things definitely may not be as they appear. So I think in July, that's definitely something to be aware of, Libra. Just to kind of take a pause when you feel something energetically and understand that you may not be seeing it very clearly. It is clarified by the Four of Swords in reverse. So Four of Swords, when it's upright, is, you know, all about needing to take some time to rest, to practice self-care, to re-energize yourself and just take time alone. So you might be struggling with that during the month of July. I know for me, I just kind of been picking this up intuitively in the sense that, like, I've been so tired, and it's been really challenging to allow myself to rest. And I've been struggling with that because I think we all struggle with this, but I feel like there's so much I need to be doing, and I have to remind myself that sometimes the best thing that I can do is take a nap, right? So I think because during the month of July, Libra, you might be feeling a bit like things are chaotic and confusing and unclear. You might feel the pressure to push yourself and kind of be stuck in your head with regard to, like, Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I need to do? Etc., etc. So then the next card is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, when it's upright, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Knights are all about action, but as you can see, this knight is standing still, looking at the road ahead, looking at the pentacle, kind of considering the path forward. And this is in reverse. So you might really be wanting to come out of a place of contemplation. You might be really, really ready for action. I think that this is a bit of a collective energy that I've been picking up, that all of us are really feeling angsty and impatient and like ready for the next step. And it's very, very challenging when you're kind of in the in-between and you want to move forward because you feel like you've been just kind of stuck for so long, stuck thinking and contemplating and making plans and like, okay, when is it time to move forward? There is going to be some relief in the sense that I think, you know, the month of July is what's going to help you, Libra, is getting out into nature. It's connecting with your inner child. It's doing the things that bring you life and bring you joy. I think that that's going to help you to deal with some of the challenges of this impatient energy. There is this Four of Cups here. And, you know, Four of Cups is... it's also a bit of a stuck energy in the sense that you can see this individual right there under this tree. This is water energy. You know, they are thinking about and contemplating some situations that have been emotionally unfulfilling or tumultuous, whether that's relationships, friendships, romantic partnerships, things that have not quite been what you expected. You've been focusing on that, and Spirit is trying to get your attention because Spirit has a gift for you. And I think it's really beautiful that it is clarified by this Six of Cups. And I just want to put it this way because I think it's so beautiful to look at this image in this way. So for me, the Six of Cups is a very sweet card. It's a card for me personally of inner child healing, right? You can see this adult here is handing this cup that's full of, I don't know if it's some kind of dessert, but it's something tangible, right? Something tangible that is being brought to yourself. And I think that this is about advising you, Libra, during the month of July, right? Kind of like I was speaking about with the Sun card, to get out into nature, to do activities that really invigorate your inner child, that bring play and joy back into your everyday life. That is a gift that you can give your inner child to help you through this transitionary period of contemplating a new path forward. What that is, I'm not sure. Put yourself where you go, right? Like everybody is going to be different depending on what it is that you want to manifest in your life, right? Like it's very obvious to me that you've been struggling with direction and action and motivation and balancing your energies. What I'm seeing here is that you need to allow yourself to have fun, to be joyous, to be playful, and give your inner child that really tangible gift of like, it's okay to have fun, right? Like, especially in the midst of chaos and stress of our everyday lives, and also the chaos and stress of the collective world around us that we have no control over, it's going to be really imperative during the month of July to find that joy and to gift it to yourself and to remind yourself and your inner child it's okay to have fun and you deserve the things that you are looking for. And I think if you can do that during the month of July, Libra, the universe is actually going to bring you a real offer that's external to you. Now, this Page of Cups, right, they have, again, this is water energy. This is a small offer, right? There's a little fish inside the cup, but it is a tangible offer. I don't know if this is an offer of love, you know, romantically speaking, or if this is a friend or a family member that like is recognizing you know, that you need a little extra love right now during the month of July. They want to gift you something. And I think that if you can take the responsibility of loving your inner child and giving to yourself what it is that you need, right? That externally in your 3D reality, you're going to start to see these little, what I've started to call glimmers, right? Similar to synchronicities, right? That when you start to do for yourself what only you can do, eventually it will start to reflect in your 3D reality and your everyday life, where individuals, whether they're already in your life or new connections, friendships, love, family, whatnot, will actually start to reflect what you're doing for yourself on a regular basis. So it's really imperative that if you want to manifest love and abundance in your life, that you start giving it to yourself first. Now, the Page of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands in reverse. So perhaps this is an offer of love from someone, or perhaps it's an offer of friendship, and you might be feeling a bit hesitant in moving forward. Maybe you're not sure, right? As I mentioned, with Neptune in retrograde and you feeling like your intuition is blocked, you may not be sure if this offer is something that you can trust. You may not be sure if this is an offer that you should move forward with, and that's fine. You can be open and appreciative and still take your time to assess the situation. If anything, that's advisable. You don't need to be paranoid, but it's okay to be cautious. So then there's the Nine of Pentacles. So when the Nine of Pentacles is upright, this is all about, you know, being independent, single, you know, taking care of your own needs, having your own money, tending to your own garden. It's in reverse, which for me, I think is indicating that you need to be focused more on yourself, Libra. You might be very much focusing, right, on what you want from others, what you've been working towards, what you've been manifesting that hasn't been working out, and in making your focus external to yourself and what you actually have power over, because the only thing you have control over is yourself, is your attitude, is your perspective, what you do with your time and your energy. Being overly focused on what other people are doing or are not doing, and being overly focused on the things that are not working, what you give your attention to grows, so it's going to make you feel out of balance and dissatisfied. But you will have an opportunity to come out of this mental prison. So when the Eight of Swords is upright, this is like a mental prison, overthinking, feeling trapped. But it's in reverse, right? So you are going to have an opportunity to work through these blockages and these narratives that are keeping you trapped, right? That there's plenty that you can do to provide relief to your heart and your soul, despite the fact that you may be unclear about what to do, how to do it, when to move forward, how to move forward, who to trust, what to do with your time and your energy. If you can put your focus back on yourself and your inner child and ask yourself, Libra, what used to make me happy as a child? What are the things that really light me on fire and bring me joy? I'm going to pull a few extra cards just to go a bit deeper for this reading for July. Spirit, why is the High Priestess and the Four of Swords in reverse here? It's too many cards. Can you please give me some additional insights on this High Priestess and the Four of Swords in reverse? One card, please. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun here, Spirit? Okay. Why is the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups here? Too many cards. This is Cups and Six of Cups. All right, keeps wanting to give me two cards, so we'll take them. Why is the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse here, Spirit? Why is the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords in reverse? Three cards. Just one, please. Let me pull one more card here for this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. All right. So for me, this is advice from Spirit that even though you might be feeling blocked in your intuition, you might be feeling a bit disconnected, you might be struggling a bit with how to manage your time and your energy, remember that you are the Emperor. Okay, Libra? You have all of the authority, all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom, and all of the discipline available to you in order to run your kingdom. The Emperor is the epitome of all of the kings. It's someone who is wise, confident, and sure of themselves. And I think that this is an admonition, Libra, for you to remember who you are, even in those moments where you feel a bit insecure because of external circumstances, right? We all go through that, you know, where we are chugging along and everything feels like, you know, you feel confident and things are turning out the way that you wanted them to. And then there can be a shift in energy as you're working through transitions and healing and growing and evolving. And even if we've asked for Spirit to help us to grow and to change, that doesn't mean that it's easy. And it can sometimes make us feel disconnected. It can sometimes make us question our own intuition in the sense that this is what I thought I was supposed to be doing, and now I'm doing it, but I still kind of feel unsure of myself. And the universe is advising you to remember who you are. Remember that you are the Emperor, that you are grounded. This is not your first rodeo. You have wisdom. You've worked really hard to be here. And continue to remind yourself of who you are in those moments where you feel very unsure. And kind of like I was mentioning earlier, right? I know that you're wanting to come out of this stuck energy, but perhaps it's happening for a reason. This Knight of Pentacles in reverse in the Sun is clarified by the King of Swords, and this is air energy, right? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Use your logic, use your intellect to help you to make a plan. You don't need to have everything completely sorted out and planned, right? But you can determine what's the next step, right? Maybe it is doing some research, or you know, planning to sit down and brainstorm about what your blockages are, right? Like finding a way to process what's going on within you so that you can figure out what is making you feel stuck and where your hesitancy lies. So the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles and Strength. So this is Earth energy and Leo energy. So for me, this is confirming that if you focus on yourself, if you tend to your own garden, if you take care of your inner child and refocus your attention on what you want versus what you don't want and what you perceive as not working for you, that's how you're going to find the strength within you, within your heart, right? Because your heart lies with your inner child. And so if you are able to refocus and understand that you get to prioritize yourself, your needs, your stability, you can find the strength to do that even when things feel out of balance, even when you're feeling emotional, even when maybe other people are making you feel like you're being selfish. You will find the strength and the motivation to take care of yourself and to tend to your own needs by remembering who you are and by remembering that you deserve everything that you've worked for, that you deserve the abundance, you deserve the money, you deserve the happiness, you deserve everything that you want in your life. It's about finding the strength, right? And also the inspiration, right? Right, Libra, like I was saying, I think a lot of this has to do with inner child healing and getting back to what really lights your soul on fire. Now, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Cups. And so for me, this is giving you advice, Libra, during the month of July to focus on taking care of yourself. Your emotional needs are the most important. And if this offer, right, if you're not sure about this emotional offer that's coming to you, this communication, this gift, it's okay for you to take time to consider it. It's okay for you to take the time to think about, well, this is what I've manifested in my life. This is what I want. Is this good enough? That's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean that you're stuck up. That doesn't mean that you're selfish. That doesn't mean that you're ungrateful. What it means is that you know who you are and you know what you deserve. There's nothing wrong with taking the time, right? And feeling like, I'm not sure if this is the right offer for me to move forward with. Take your time. Focus on yourself. Focus on what makes you feel emotionally fulfilled and loved. Now, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Swords. For me, this is about some form, some relationship, some partnership, some family dynamic that maybe up until now has been very fulfilling and stable, but it's no longer actually what you thought it was or what you thought it could be. The finances aren't quite lining up in this connection. As you can see this right upright, there is this couple here, there's a family, there are these, there's land, there's a child. So whatever it is that you've been working on, and I think that this has a lot to do, right, with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse as well, is that to me, there is some sort of connection, family dynamic relationship that you've been investing in long term that continues to make you feel insecure, like you're not doing things right, like I've been working towards this, I don't understand, this is what I was promised, and I think that you are struggling with the guilt of how it might look if you decide to walk away from a situation that is no longer working. But again, the Eight of Swords in reverse is coming out again. So the universe is going to be providing you with guidance on how to come out of this mental entrapment. It is about a belief or a set of beliefs that you have, Libra, that makes you feel like you cannot choose yourself, that makes you feel like you can't leave situations, relationships, dynamics that leave you unfulfilled. And that has very much to do with your inner child and what you were taught as a child. You may have been taught, like many of us, that choosing yourself and choosing your happiness and doing what makes you fulfilled is selfish. And that's just not true. In order to live an authentic life, a fulfilled life, you need to actually choose yourself. And regardless of the maladaptation and unhealthy connections that many of us are used to, you should never remain in any type of connection or relationship that is emotionally unfulfilling, that is draining your energy, that is making you feel disconnected from your inner self, that is making you feel stuck, that is taking all of your energy, and all you can do is kind of sit there in frustration, understanding that why is this not working? I don't understand. I keep investing in this. I keep doing this. I keep trying harder and harder, and it's just not working. And the universe is like, hey, why are you focusing on this other person or this other dynamic? Or why are you worried about what these people are going to think about you? What about you, Libra? Don't you deserve happiness? Don't you deserve emotional fulfillment? What makes you happy? So I think July, Libra, is all about you getting clear on what makes you happy, what made you happy as a child, what you need to feel fulfilled, and working through the blockages within yourself, the stories that you've continued to believe about yourself and your life that are keeping you stuck in situations that are making you, that are tempting you, I would say, to betray yourself. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that those messages resonate. Obviously, none of these sort of transitions are easy for any of us. It's hard to walk away from old thought patterns, ways of being, and our conditioning, especially as children. And that's oftentimes why we need to engage in inner child healing, so we can better understand the foundation of our beliefs and how it controls us in ways that we don't even know until we go within to do that work. Love yourself through the process. I'm going to pull a card from the Soft Cosmic Concepts Oracle deck just for some advice from Spirit to close out this reading for July. Thank you so much for being here, Libra. Please like and subscribe if these messages resonated. If you're interested in a personal reading, I will leave my website information below. Thank you, Spirit. What closing advice do you have for Libra? Ooh, I got 3 cards, so I'm gonna put those back. Just one, please. Oh. Inner child. Yeah. Okay. Read this from the book. Inner child concept. I tell my inner child that I'm sorry. I am ready to nurture her with love to heal her wounds. Inner child healing, troubles caused by child wound, memories, childhood, young at heart. Affirmation. I am perfect. I am worthy. I am loved. This is a call to reconnect with your inner child. By doing this, you can understand and find the root cause of the fears and negative patterns you have as an adult. Much of our destructive or negative behavior can stem from our childhood wounds. These are experiences of trauma we endured in our childhood that we learn to ignore and push aside, even in our adult life. Since these wounds aren't acknowledged and are reinforced by us subconsciously, they are still there even as adults. Your inner child is yearning to be heard. Listen with compassion and comfort them with the things you needed to hear as a child. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, Libra. That's kind of the tip that I've been on most of this reading. Love yourself through the process. Take some time to reconnect with the things that really lit you up when you were a child. Acknowledge the ways that you have been taught to deny your inner child and what makes you happy, and understand that choosing yourself and your happiness is not selfish. I hope these messages resonated, and I will see you next time. Bye.